graphics today. Updated graphics. Overlay is updated as well. It says powered by. You have Chang's Lock and Terra. You can see that, and then we have the little logo there on the side, more visible now. Background's pops a little bit more.
Pop, baby, pop.
Yeah. We got the new little timer there with the alien. Everybody wanted to see the full body alien. Well, there you go.
We're going to have a special guest. We haven't had a guest for a while. It's kind of loud.
Oh, hold on. There. I don't know why it was so loud. Peter Aguilar's here. Sam Salinas. Jonathan Perez. What's up? And we do have the spinning wheel on standby, ready to go. All those who donated, of course, super chat, put them on the spinning wheel. I can't put Tex-Mex on the spinning wheel because he's the one that's sponsoring the giveaway. Yeah. Mike versus Mondo. They're talking about it because he plays the Mandalorian. We're going to talk about a lot of things today. A little bit of pop culture talk here, cowboy talk, Ron Harper. I forgot to put is a menace. I'll fix it later. Yes, he said we can sit. Morning, fellas. What's up, Albert? We rise together. Area 210. It's the life that we chose. Everybody like it.
Area 210, where the dreams don't fade. From the river walk nights to the Alamo shade. We rise together through the highs and the lows. Area 210, it's the life that we chose.
Rising together through the highs and lows. It's the life we chose. My name is Mike Menace. That's Joe Garcia. This is the Area 210 podcast, episode number, what is this, 401? Is that how we're counting it, Joe?
401.
Marching to 500, which will be sometime this fall. Excited about that. Excited about the fact that we're going to have a special guest on the show in the next week or so, Joe. A blast from the past. Going to try to bring on, or should we make it a surprise guest?
Surprise. Let's surprise everybody.
Okay. Can I give a hint?
Go ahead.
Used to be a former sportscaster in San Antonio.
Okay.
Old school one. I know it's not Greg Simmons, but I've tried knocking down Greg Simmons' door for the longest time, man. But
what do you say? Nah.
You know what it is, man. I think he's afraid of the questions that he would get from the audience because people are nestials when it comes to it all. So I understand what
matter, dude. Don't answer that. We won't show it on screen, and it's like they're just hating on Greg Simmons at this point. I mean,
Greg
it's
Simmons
overdone with, man.
He kind of did it to himself. Now, for those of you who don't know, I worked with Greg Simmons for 4 years. He was the person who quote unquote discovered me in the media. Okay. Yeah. As much as we would like to think that it was Pledger and Menace and all that, Rob Thompson. No, it was actually Greg Simmons back in the mid-90s. He plucked me out of Holmes High School when I was a junior, and I worked for free at that TV station 40 hours a week for free for over 2 years until they hired me when I turned 19 over there. And I worked over there as an editor, a sports producer of Instant Replay and things like that.
And he infamously threw the phone at you in the
oh my God, he did. The ones that you pick up like that, the big old brick ones. Yeah, he threw it at me, and it was funny. He was brutal, man. But he also developed a reputation of being at the bars, a lot, kind of the thing. A little bit of a Nessiel. So Greg Simmons, though, still a good guy. He gave me a big old hug last time I saw him, so we're still on good terms. We never were on bad terms, but he's a good guy. Hey, speaking of KSAT 12, congratulations to Steve Spriester. I was an editor of Steve Spriester back in the day, back when I was at KSAT in the 90s. Steve Spriester, 30 years with KSAT 12. He celebrated his 30th anniversary yesterday. Amazing. Great guy, dude. Spreester's a great guy. And I don't want to tell the stories. This is where the question's about. Do you wish cell phone cameras existed back in the day? No. because the photos I would have with Steve would not be good. Okay, because there's just the funny things that we used to do, house parties and stuff like that. Spreeser, what a guy, man. Great guy. Congratulations to him and all his success. He now works with my daughter Gabby in the news department over there. They actually work together, which is kind of funny that he's working with the second generation of people. Joe Garcia, we talk sports, pop culture, and nostalgia here. A lot of pop culture references today. Is Pedro Pascal a creeper? He's being called out now. It's about damn time. Because Pedro Pascal, who spent part of his childhood in San Antonio, so I guess San Antonians can claim him. He left when he was 11 years old. He was born in Chile, came to San Antonio as a child, left at 11, moved to California, right? So if you want to claim him, claim him. He's everywhere, Joe. Every movie. He was beyond Game of Thrones. Every movie, Mandalorian, every Saturday Night Live episode. The guy is everywhere. On stage, on film, on TV, on talk shows, on tabloids. He is everywhere. And I'm going to be honest with you, Joe. I haven't liked the guy from the get-go. There's something about him that stinks, and I don't know what it is. And now he's being called out for being quote-unquote a creeper, right? Because he has social anxiety.
You know why you don't like him? Because he makes more money than you, Mike.
Oh, come on. Everybody in Hollywood makes more money than me. That would mean that I would hate everybody on TV.
That means
Pedro
that we're
Pascal,
peasants. We're the peasants.
He just has all. I've always seen him, Joe, as being slimy. It's just something.
Is it the mustache?
It could be. Who rocks the mustache these days? It could be.
That's a beautiful 70s porn stash that he's rocking, dude. You know?
So he's being called creepy these days because of how he handles interviews, because he has social anxiety. A guy that walks the red carpet gets social anxiety and therefore has to like be touchy with his co-stars. But there's one thing that he doesn't get touchy with, Joe. Who's that? The dude.
Doesn't get touchy with dudes, man. None of his male counterparts there that he's starring in movies with or nothing. When he gets on the red carpet with them, it's hands off. He's not trying to touch their hand, touch their back, trying to kiss their neck, trying to kiss them on the lips. I guess that's a Kirby that he's doing that with. And she's pregnant, dude. That makes it even more creepy.
We have video of this that we're going to get to later on, okay? Because we need to dive deep into this. Is Pedro Pascal, who's America's darling and has been for like the last 10 years on the guy side. There's America's sweetheart, and I guess the male version of America's darling going on. Is he a creeper? So we'll get into
Look at Hooper Flash's comment. He grabbed ass once. This is the way.
So speaking of Necios, Ron Harper.
Oh,
Dylan Harper's dad. Getting into it with Spurs fans on Twitter. I respect the fact that Ron Harper is opinionated and likes to talk smack, right? But I think he went a little too far yesterday on Twitter. And I asked a question that didn't get a response, by the way. I asked a question to Fernandez. Fernandez then tagged him. There was no way he could have answered that question because either way that he answers it, it makes him look bad. So I'm glad that he didn't make an answer, right?
You're losing your audio. There we go. We got you back.
Okay. Yeah, so I made a response to what Ron Harper said on Fernandez's thread on Twitter. And he tagged him. Fernandez tagged Harper saying, well,
we're losing.
Harper should.
Yeah, I don't know if you have a loose connection or something.
I do have a loose connection. It was loose.
There you are.
This? Yeah, so Ron Harper was making comments about a protest going on in Pennsylvania. I believe it was in Philadelphia. And it was kind of a weird response to it all. And I made a comment to Fernandez because Fernandez was talking about it. Fernandez then tagged Ron Harper on it. He never addressed it, which is weird because he addresses everyone's question and complaint, but he didn't address mine. I'm glad that he didn't, though, because there was a no-win situation with however he was going to answer this. But is it going too far for an athlete or the father of an athlete to be as opinionated as he is on social media? So we'll get into that. Dallas Cowboys, man, people are getting excited. Oh, my God. Joe, it's going to happen again. Cowboy fans are going to try to find a way to figure out, see, this is how we're going to win. I know we have the 18th best roster according to ESPN.com, but our defense, that's how we're going to do it. So Cowboy fans getting excited about that. People reaching out to me on Twitter over the weekend, past couple of days, about Bo Nix working with Drew Brees. I was asked, am I going to be a Broncos fan because of it? No, I'm not. Okay, I'm going to nip that one in the bud.
What was their
We're
battle
paying-
cry? We ride.
We ride it down. So we'll talk about that as well. Joe, you have other topics you want to get into. Apparently, somebody took a dip in the river.
Your headset keeps going in and out, bro. I think you got a loose wire or something.
All right. Well, Joe, tell us about the guy that took a dip in the water, man, or at least preview that.
Jesus, man. We're going to talk about Jeff Garcia, man. He's posted something on his X, and it shows a brother going for a dip in the San Antonio River. He got all sorts of stuff on him now, man. He's going to go get a tetanus shot and whatever else the doctor's got on hand, man, because that water was nasty, bro.
Very
you
nice.
talk about high fecal matter counts in the water, bro. That's caca water for sure.
Hey, Joe, how's my sound now? I disconnected everything, put it all back together.
It sounds good for now, but I think you really do got a loose wire, and I think the loose wire is probably somewhere in the headset itself.
No, the Focusrite, when you plug it into the power cord, if you will, it's starting to loosen up a little bit. I might have to
Well, I don't know if it could be that. It could be the drivers. I know that the drivers for the Focusrite devices, they don't really play well with, let's say, Windows operating systems. You have to kind of do some work in order to go ahead and get the drivers stable. I know because I have a Focusrite 2i4 that we use here in the studio for all our audio. We have a mixing board, but we also have the Focusrite.
Everyone on the chat saying that the audio seems to be fine. Hey, we're powered by La Cantera's PF Chang's, man. PF Chang's La Cantera. They do a fantastic job. If you're hungry for lunch, head over to PF Chang's. Go say hi to Sean Quintero over there. Big supporter of our podcast. I've known Sean for many, many years. PF Chang's La Cantera. That's kind of like in the Nordstrom's area of the mall. Go check them out. They have fantastic Chinese food, fantastic drinks. I love the Kung Pao chicken, man. Kung Pao chicken. Some egg rolls, get some lettuce wraps. We're good, man. Get some soup. It's very, very good. They have happy hour every day from 3 to 6. Go check out PF Chang's La Cantera. Go find Sean Quintero. Go say hi. Go tell him that the Area 210 podcast brought you to him. Joe, let's start off with the whole Ron Harper conversation. Spurs fans are excited because Dylan Harper is now part of the team. By the way, the media share, 830-391-9164. If you have any media that you want to share with us, whether it be a link, a story, a video clip, 830-391-9164. I was so excited when the Spurs won the lottery. I know everybody wanted Cooper Flagg. Cooper Flagg got sent to Dallas, right? Dallas with a 1% chance of getting him, and they got him. But we won the lottery too. We got the number 2 pick in the draft, and there was a 1 and 1A in this draft. Cooper Flagg, consensus number 1. Dylan Harper, consensus number 2. One of the things that I enjoy about Dylan Harper is not only that he's a stud athletically, that he's a left-handed version of Stephon Castle, probably a higher ceiling than Stephon Castle. He plays both sides of the floor, 6'6", great player, raised by his mother, who's a Filipina, who's also a basketball coach herself. But his dad, Ron Harper, the corporate knowledge that he gets from Ron Harper, who's a 5-time NBA champion, point guard for 3 rings with Michael Jordan, the Chicago Bulls, point guard twice with Kobe Bryant and the LA Lakers, 5-time champion. You have the corporate knowledge, right? We didn't realize that Dylan Harper's dad, Ron Harper, was so opinionated. And on Twitter yesterday, they were talking about this Muslim protest that I believe happened in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Where they basically took over for a short while there, a street, a road, could have been a freeway, whatever the case may be. It was hard to tell from my angle. And they were blocking traffic. And Joe, if we can find Ron Harper, because I don't want to put words in his mouth, but Ron Harper basically insinuated that he wanted them to be run over.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and put this out there. I mean, I found it here. And we'll show it on screen.
we live in a very political divisive area, right? So
And
this is
there
talking
it
about
is.
a road, a busy road being brought over, and Ron Harper says, "Run them over, get off the streets or get out the streets." Right?
Yeah.
Okay. We live in a very politically decisive. First of all, I hate these types of protests. Okay,
Yeah.
like if there's something pressing, like George Floyd, I completely understood the George Floyd protest, right?
And there's
A
the
lot-
context of the screenshot.
Right. I understand police brutality leading to protests. That I do understand, right? Now, for whatever reason, why they were protesting, they blocked traffic, and it caused a big old traffic jam. And Ron Harper going, run them over, get them off the roads. Now, my question that I had for it was, would Ron Harper have had the same energy? Would he have brought that same energy if it was a Black Lives Matter movement? Would he have been?
I
Would
think
he have said, "Run them over"? Because I don't think he would have.
I think he
Now,
would have. I think the context of him saying that was nothing to do with, let's say, the religious faction of things. I think it was more like people protesting in the streets, get him out of there. That's how I took it.
so Sam Salinas on our chat, powered by PF Chang's Locatera, says, "Don't be a hypocrite. That's something most people are tired of, and they think the same thing." I think people are supportive of whatever causes they are supportive of, right? I think Ron Harper looks at them, and I'm putting words in his mouth, and might think to themselves, might not like their religion, or might not like their opinion, or might not like what they have going on, and would be like flippant about it, be like, run them over. But I also believe that if it was a Black Lives Matter movement and there had been police brutality, like the George Floyd murder and all that stuff, he wouldn't have brought the same energy, right? So if it's something that he cares about, I bet you he'd be like, "Hey, man, that's a peaceful protest. Let them do what they do." But if it's not something that he's engaged with, and that's the world that we live in, Joe, and it's not just a Ron Harper thing. I think this is an American societal thing where we don't care about what other people have going on. We don't care about certain laws that are happening or certain things that are taken away or whatever, if it doesn't affect you. But if it affects you personally, suddenly it becomes a big deal. Look what happened in Kerrville, right? Look what happened in Kerrville with more than 100, all those kids that got swept away and killed by the floodwaters, right? People did not want to make that political, but there was a political angle to it all, Joe. There was an angle to it all because they didn't want to accept federal money from the Biden administration. So now you look at it, and then you look at the fact that they want help from FEMA and whatnot. A lot of the same people who didn't bring that energy didn't bring the same energy anymore because they were pissed off about things politically. They're like, "Oh, we don't need this, we don't need that, we don't need this, and we don't need that." But when it happens to them, suddenly it's okay, right? Suddenly they need that help. Suddenly it's like, "Oh, we all have to come together." And that's the point I'm trying to make, though, when it comes to Ron Harper, is that I like that he's outspoken. I like him as a player. I like him and I welcome his son to this team, and I think his son's going to be amazing. What I don't want, though, is for Daddy Harper to get his son in trouble. I don't want him to because it's very possible that Dylan Harper doesn't share the same views of his dad. Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't. Who cares? But I don't want it to be where it's something where Ron Harper starts to overshadow Dylan Harper because Ron Harper's viewpoints are so strong. He calls out people on Twitter. He makes, he's calling out athletes by saying, "Yeah, well, you got the loss." They're talking about there was a Spurs Summer League game in which NBA.com or somebody was saying, "Hey, this particular player, Cooper Flag, scored this many points," for example. And Ron Harper's coming on in with, "Yeah, but you got the L." Do you really want that from a dad? He's like an AAU dad. Because you know what I'm saying? Joe, do you want Ron Harper to be more reserved about his opinions? or do you want him to be a loose cannon out there? Because Spurs fans are going to follow him because he's not just Dylan Harper's dad. He's 5-time NBA champion Ron Harper.
I got a good response for that. You know what? F Spurs fans' feelings, bro. At the end of the day, let people be who they are. You know, if he's outspoken, he wants to be very vocal about things, so be it. Freedom of speech, right? That's what we have
Right.
here in America. Freedom of speech, whether you like it or not, he has his right to go ahead and speak his mind. I think that's all he's doing. You know, and this thing, they're making it like it's a racial thing because there was Muslims protesting. That has nothing to do with it. I think the context of his comment was whoever's in the streets protesting, get them out of there. The streets aren't for protesting. We've seen this happen on numerous occasions where you have the tree huggers too. The middle of the street, they won't let cars pass. People are trying to get to work because they're trying to protest the cutting down of trees or what have you. Get out of the way, man. You know what? Go ahead and protest what you want, but when it's affecting other people, you know, like a protest in the street, that's what he's saying. Get out of the way. Like the song says, Mike, get out the way.
No, but my point is that if I believe that it was a cause that he supported, he wouldn't feel the same way.
I don't think so. I think he's very vocal. He would say the same thing.
Joe, if we have another George Floyd incident and there's a protest in maybe not Minnesota, but it's in Atlanta or it's wherever, he's not going to say the same thing. Because I asked the same question. Because if he had answered that question, which I'm glad he didn't answer the question, because the question I had, which I didn't want to direct it to him. Joe, that's one of the things that you'll notice about me when I tweet. What do we say about getting a Spurs pass credential? We have 2,500 subscribers, right? We have the ability to go get Spurs credentials, right?
I don't want it.
I don't want it.
No.
I want to have a fan perspective, and it's hard to be a fan when you actually get to know the players, right? It's kind of hard.
Because the fans are going to want us to ask certain questions, and we would probably ask them anyway, and they'd probably be like, well, it was nice for you coming this one game, but you're gone. Because they don't want to answer the questions that would be asked. If I was there and I had to ask the players and the coaches an honest to goodness question, I would lose my credibility with the Spurs right away. They would say your media pass is revoked because we want you to go ahead and just ask nice questions. We want you to be controlled. We want to go ahead and control every aspect of what you do because now you got credentialed. Man, F that, dude. I'd rather go out there as a fan and get the free t-shirt, Mike. And if I want to throw it back because they're losing by 20, that's my prerogative.
Okay. But I understand that, Joe. But and I agree with you because we want to come at this from a fan perspective. We don't want to come at this from a media perspective. We want to come. This is a sports fan show.
For example, Mike, this is what I would ask. Devin Vassell, for example. Why are you so inconsistent from game to game? You know, what's the problem there? You know, you've been in the league for a while. Why is it that you can't just have consistency? And that's it. He would get mad. Media would come. The handlers would come and be like, all right, you're gone.
Right. So Spernandez put on there, Mike, you're insinuating he wouldn't have had the same energy on a Black Lives Matter protest. But what am I basing this off of? Common sense. Common sense. Okay, because here's the thing. And by the way, the point I was trying to make before all that was I don't at athletes. I don't at coaches. I don't at anybody. Go through my history of Twitter. I have never once, Joe, and I'm trying to say, and maybe I've done it once or twice, like at the very beginning in 2015. But let's say the last 10 years, Joe, I have never once at a player for anything controversial.
Oh, no. Like if you know they had a bad game, why are you going to at them and say, oh, you suck, this and that, and personally at them? Like there's no place for that, dude. You can have your opinion.
Yeah, I have my opinion. And then there's people out there on Twitter who at Jeremy Sohan, at Devin Vassell, at whoever. And it's like, because they want them to see what I said, right? Yeah. And it's funny because I'm like, why can't just sports fans keep it within sports fans, right? Now, Ron Harper is different. For Spernandez to at Ron Harper, that's not a bad thing because Ron Harper is somebody who will take the bait. He is somebody who will speak up. The point I'm trying to make, though, is, Joe, when I asked the question, would he have kept the same energy on a Black Lives Matter movement? It's a no-win situation asking that question, because if he answers it yes, he's wrong. He's wrong, and people will give him crap about it. If he answers no, people will give him crap about it. You see, he stuck himself in a situation, and if he had answered my question, there's no right answer. You're wrong either way. You're wrong either way, because if you betray your race if you say yes, or you sound like a jerk if you say no. It's just so funny how that I'm glad he didn't answer, Joe. I'm glad he didn't answer. But the whole point of all this, Joe, is Ron Harper does have freedom of speech. That doesn't mean you have freedom of consequence, but there's no consequence of it all. My question for you, Joe, is his outspokenness, okay? Because this is kind of, we saw this with Lonzo Ball's dad back in the day.
Yeah.
Is the outspokenness detrimental towards his son, Dylan Harper, who's just starting his career?
It's not detrimental. The only thing is it's how the media spins things. If it's a slow news day, the media will go in there and some moron will go and ask him a question and then run with it, get an excerpt from an interview or get a quote that he said, put it out of context and be like, hey, spin it. That's the headline. I don't care if he gets in trouble or people come at him. I just want to go ahead and get my clicks. That's what the media does nowadays. And you know what? People can go ahead, have their opinion, speak their minds. Again, freedom of speech tells you can go ahead and say what you want. But at the same time, there won't be a problem if the media doesn't give him airtime. If the media doesn't put him on there or go up to him and ask him a question. If they're doing that, they know damn well what they want. They want him to say something stupid. That way they can run with it, spin the story, and get the clicks. You know, it's all for the clickbait now.
I mean, for the most part, I'm more positive about Ron Harper on Twitter because, you know, I part of me liked him throwing shade at Cooper Flagg, right? Cooper Flagg catching strays from Ron Harper, I thought was kind of funny. But going off on political rants and things like that, which is what yesterday was. Okay, you can say, he's just upset that people are blocking streets. No, it was a political rant, dude. Stop it. It's a political rant. That is what I think is going to be a little bit like, maybe he should tone it down a little bit. Maybe his son should be the one taking the limelight right now.
July 26th is coming, has me laughing. This topic is the definition of a slow news day. Mike's just saying nonsense.
Let's talk Cowboys. That Cowboys defense, Joe. Tell them about the takeaways, Joe.
Mira los Cowboys.
Mira los
Pueden
Cowboys.
jugar.
You know what? Can you give me the fighting guy at the Sitco real fast? This was.
Oh my
this is me when I saw that tweet from Ron Harper.
Todos me pegan toda la pura verga. Se trepan a la verga. Mira.
I know that video does Fernandez proud every time because that's from our hood right here. He knows the Sitco over on Marbach, bro. If you know, you know.
Isn't it sad that I know exactly what Sitco that is? That's right across from almost from like where Heritage is, going towards 410. That's funny, dude. It's like you have to go to the like if you go past it from 410, you're going to the duck pond, Joe. Dude, the duck pond's legit, man. How is it we don't see any dead ducks? They're all over the street. How is it we've never seen a dead duck over there? I've never seen a dead duck over there.
I've seen a couple, dude. I've seen a couple. There's some near my house too, because there's like a little duck pond just down the street from us, the little neighborhood park, and people go over there. And sometimes you see a duck here and there that people run over. Usually it's people from not from the neighborhood, because they do have duck crossings, and ducks are just part of the life here. You go outside, you get in your car. Instead of seeing a pigeon or a bird on your roof, you see a damn duck, dude.
Yeah, that's funny. You know what? Let's screw sports for right now. Let's talk about Pedro Pascal. Can we get into that?
God, man.
Joe,
Yeah.
I brought up Pedro Pascal. So you and I very rarely have a 20-minute conversation pre-show. We usually talk for about 3 minutes and then the show starts, right? And usually you and I have seen the same storylines or whatever the case may be, or we talk about ideas. I mentioned Pedro Pascal, and you started laughing because it has gone viral. Everyone knows what we're talking about now, and if you don't, you're under a rock. Pedro Pascal, the star actor, he's funny on Saturday Night Live when he co-hosts. He did that thing with Bad Bunny. He's Mandalorian, Game of Thrones, all the things that he's done in his career. He's the hot guy in Hollywood when it comes to like, just he's everywhere. But I mentioned his name, Joe, and you laughed. Why did you laugh?
Because he always uses the anxiety thing. You know, I get anxiety. You know what? I get anxiety too, bro. But I ain't out there grabbing ass, you know, and trying to kiss people on the mouth. Look at if you were at work, right? This is at work, right? This is your coworker. If you're her husband, I'd be like, "What the hell are you doing, man?"
That's funny. I posted video on my Twitter account as well. It's the most recent one where he claims this is somebody who acts on Broadway. This is somebody who acts in movies, does red carpet events, who does countless interviews, claims that he has anxiety, that he has social anxiety, like Ricky Williams. Ricky Williams has social anxiety. I met Ricky Williams when we were both 19 years old, and I met him again when I was 45 years old. He's different, man. Ricky Williams, by the way, a former family friend, by the way. I don't know if he told you that. My former brother-in-law is good friends with Ricky Williams. I got to hang out with Ricky Williams more often in my 40s. His social anxiety has eased up a bit. That dude, when I met him at 19, he was considered to be weird. And now that you know that he had social anxiety and I understand what he was going through, I feel empathy towards Ricky Williams. And I'm glad that he's gotten out of his shell and he's becoming more and more normal when it comes to social interactions. But if you can show my Twitter account of Pedro Pascal, this guy is 50 years old, Joe. Not 25, not 30. He is 50 years old. And every time he's with his coworkers, that's a hot female, right? What does he do, Joe?
Grab ass. He's out there grabbing ass.
Yeah. Like I said, with a female, he does this. But what does he do with a male counterpart, Joe? Not a damn thing. Is he kissing the necks of his male coworkers?
Ooh, look at that one during an interview, bro.
Is he a creep, Joe?
He's borderline creepy. I got anxiety,
he's
girl.
outright creepy. This isn't anxiety. He's a cochino.
They better get a DNA test when that baby pop out.
Female co-stars all over them, even the pregnant ones.
Look at
what the hell is going on here? What a creep!
Oh, dude.
What a creep, man. It's so funny, man.
Yeah, he's a little creepy. He's a little creepy.
Okay, so Sam Salinas has a super chat coming on in. Again, our chat is powered by PF Chang, Slaka, and Tara. Money talks, baby. Here comes the money.
Money talks.
Here comes the money.
He says, I call BS on that cochino creeper who is an SA. I dealt with social anxiety when I was younger. No one experiencing anxiety wants to be touched.
Telling you, man. Facts.
There's something going on with all that. And it's funny because, like, it takes one person to point it out on Twitter for it to be retweeted, and everyone then sees it for what it is. And I'm waiting for Pedro Pascal because what is he doing right now? Is he going to comment on this? What is his public relations team doing about all this? Because it's funny when somebody mentions it. Bill Cosby. Who was the comedian that took down Bill Cosby? He's an actor. He was in Blockers. That's the best way that I know it. Let's see, Blockers cast here. It was Hannibal Buress.
Okay.
Comedian Hannibal Buress was the one who took down Bill Cosby. And back in the day, so remember, Bill Cosby famously was from Philadelphia. And Hannibal Buress did a comedy show years ago, maybe about 5-6 years ago, where he pointed out the fact that Bill Cosby is a rapist. And he pointed out the fact that Bill Cosby is somebody who's known for being a cochino, known for drugging people, known for doing all of these things. Hannibal Buress pointed that out at a comedy show in Philadelphia, and people started laughing, and people were kind of half laughing, got a little bit quiet, others were chuckling, and Hannibal Buress got on the microphone and said, "No, I'm not telling jokes right now. I'm in Philadelphia. This is the most known secret in Hollywood, but no one talks about it. Like P. Diddy. Can't tell me that people didn't know about the freak offs. Everyone knew about him. They just didn't say anything about him. You can't tell me Jennifer Lopez, who dated P. Diddy for years,
bro.
didn't know, or I'm not gonna say she participated, right? I'm not gonna do slander her, but you can't tell me that she didn't know that P. Diddy wasn't Cochino. So the point is that people know certain things and they get pointed out. And once they get pointed out, Hannibal Buress pointed out Bill Cosby. Once that happens, you can't unsee it. You can't unhear it. And now when it comes to this guy, Pedro Pascal, the next time you see him on the red carpet, the next time you see him doing an interview, what are we all going to be watching for?
God, we got breaking. We got some celebrity breaking news, and we also got a super chat we need to get to. Got a lot of things going on today, man. This is a big one. Breaking news reported by TMZ right now that somebody shared with us via media share. Hulk Hogan has passed away at the age of 71.
Wow. You know, they say they come in threes, Joe.
Got Ozzy. They got Hulk Hogan.
And they got Malcolm Jamal Warner. They come in threes. Wow.
That's a big one, dude.
You know, Hulk Hogan is an icon in entertainment. Growing up in the 80s and 90s, WWF, WWE. Didn't he go to NWO or something at some point, right?
He started up the NWO over there with WCW back in the day.
Yeah. I mean, he was the American hero, right? The blonde locks, the red outfit, pulling off the muscle shirt, ripping it off. His iconic matches against Andre the Giant, the Royal Rumbles, the WrestleManias, the Undertaker, and all the things they did over the years. I mean, the guy, if there is a Mount Rushmore of wrestling, Hulk Hogan most definitely is on that Mount Rushmore.
And look at what TMZ is reporting. They said medics were dispatched to the 71-year-old WWE Legends Clearwater, Florida home early Thursday morning, with operators stating it was regarding a cardiac arrest. So it looks like he might have died due to heart attack, man.
Yeah. You got to figure, I mean, do you think he was on steroids over the years? Doesn't that weaken the heart?
I'm sure he was. I think he even said, he attested to that was something that was part of the business back then. In the 80s when things weren't regulated, everybody was doing it,
he was known for many things. He was known for being a celebrity, a wrestler. He was an actor. He was somebody who was on a lot of talk shows, a lot of game shows. He sold merch. He sold himself. He also had some tendencies, as somebody pointed out, Joe Gonzalez on our chat powered by PF Chang's La Cantera. He had some racial issues too.
As of late, he was not liked because of his stance on politics, most notably him going up there and talking, when they had the Republican convention and whatnot, being a big supporter of Trump and whatnot. He kind of soured with people over the years because of his outspokenness at times.
Yeah. People reaching out to me on online saying that a lot of the kissing is AI generated on Pedro Pascal, by the way. I'm sure not all of it is.
You can't AI the grab assing, You get busy with the hands. And we got some incoming super chats. We got one Tex-Mex Frank sent us that we got to get to. And that one was way back when. So we'll get to this one real quick.
Here comes the money.
Sam Salinas says, F this week, old school grito for this sad week. We've been taking L's. Gen X has been taking L's, man.
presumir, a mis amigos les conté que en el amor.
And then we had another
Brutal.
incoming super chat too, and this one was from Tex-Mex Frank, and I got to go way back in time here. It's like that Back to the Future, was it song? Going way back time. What is it? How does it go? Huey Lewis in the News.
They're going back in time.
Going back in time. Dun, 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 dun. That's what we're doing. We're going back in time to look for the super chat from Tex-Mex
You
Frank.
got to do
there.
that Wayne's World.
Oh yeah, the flashback with Garth.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Tex-Mex Frank. He says chancla to politics affecting entertainment. He
Okay.
paid for the chancla, so he's getting the
Here's the
chancla.
chancla.
There you go.
Head of a fist comes out with "Life don't work for me, brother."
Damn.
Oh
it,
my
man.
god. Okay, Hulk Hogan. I mean, when you think of Hulk Hogan, do you think of it as a positive, a negative? Roll your eyes. What do you think of when it comes to Hulk Hogan? Or are you sentimental towards what he was in the 80s and 90s?
The thing with him is that he portrayed himself a certain way back in the 80s. I still remember him as a kid in the 80s watching WWF on Saturday mornings, as it was just staple here in San Antonio, as I would go to my grandmother's house every Saturday and be just on the floor eating my babacoa, Big Red, and some pan dulce, with all my cousins, all 15, 20 of us in the living room watching the WWF on that little screen there that my grandma had, and getting excited for the wrestlers, including Hulk Hogan, Roddy Piper. There was a bunch of us that really loved wrestling, and he was iconic in that role. But as you know, he got older and he started becoming the heel with the NWO and whatnot, Hollywood Hogan, that whole bit and all that. I mean, he was just evolving, but it was his antics that happened outside of the ring that kind of soured people on Hogan. So I think as he reached the end here of his life, he's probably going to be remembered for his controversy as far as his outspokenness and what he said and what he stood for near the end versus what he did in the context of him being the iconic wrestler back in the 80s. He was far removed from that in his later years here.
I'm going to disagree with you on that one, respectfully, because I think when people pass away, you kind of forgive them for sins, especially the sins that they have when they're older.
Yeah.
I think the iconic images of him, because it's beyond the fact that he was a wrestler, beyond the fact that he was a popular wrestler back in the day. The guy was known worldwide. The guy was known nationwide. Everyone knew him. Young, old, male, female. Didn't matter the race. You knew who Hulk Hogan was.
He was a worldwide icon.
Yes. And what did he stand for back in the day before he turned heel?
America,
patriotism, right? He was a living embodiment of the James Brown, Apollo Creed, living in America scene from Rocky IV. He kind of took that as well. The bad dancing that he had with it all. Later generations would get to know him from just like Ozzy Osbourne and the Osbournes, reality TV show. The Hogans was also a reality TV show, and you got to know the wife, and the wife ended up divorcing him, and he slept with he had a sex tape controversy, if I'm not mistaken, and she goes off and hangs out with some guy that's like 50 years younger than her, or 30 years younger than her, whatever it was.
Linda Hogan, the wife.
Linda Hogan, and that became this whole fodder for TMZ and for National Enquirer and all that stuff back in the day. I remember all that, dude. It was crazy. He lived a crazy life. 71 sounds about right, man. A lot of wrestlers die young, dude. 71 is young to die, but for him to live to 71, look at all his counterparts, dude. A lot of them died young. So were you a Ric Flair guy, or were you a?
Oh no, I like Ric Flair, dude. Who can't forget Ric Flair? He was iconic too, just like Hogan. Woo! Even his daughter that came into town here at the WWE SmackDown this past Friday, Charlotte Flair, That's everybody was doing that. As soon as she came out, you would just hear the whole crowd, woo! They're doing that. They're doing, making that woo sound the whole time. So they even do it for the daughter,
Who do you think my favorite wrestlers were? Because I mean, I used to watch WCW. So I was into the Von Erichs, right? Because
Yeah.
that was just a Texas thing.
So you like
But
tag team? Did you like the Rockers at the time, Shawn Michaels? Or did you
I
like
couldn't stand
Legion
Shawn
of Doom?
Michaels. Legion of
Legion of Doom?
No. I was lame, dude. I was lame.
Big Boss Man?
I liked
The Bushwhackers?
I love the Bushwhackers, dude. That the
Luke and Duke?
I liked Ultimate Warrior. I mean,
I
he
did
was
too.
my guy. Jimmy Superfly Snuka
Yeah.
back in the day of him flying off the top rope. I liked Ted DiBiase, which is probably why I like money. The $1 Billion Man, Ted DiBiase.
Man, that whole storyline they had with him and his counterpart, his manservant Virgil, turning heel. That was great stuff. They can't do that nowadays, dude. But the 80s was a different time, man.
Yeah.
Remember, he had the manservant before Diddy had his. What was that guy's name?
Oh, I forgot. But the guy would carry around the umbrella.
Yeah,
That's so
good
funny,
stuff, man. From back in the 80s. And we got a super chat here from Jason Garcia.
Money talk.
Here comes the money.
And he says, play Another One Bites the Dust by Queen. I don't know if we could do that because we might get a little bit of trouble, but I'll play a little jingle.
Bump, 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 bump. And another one down, and another
There you
one
go.
down. Another
That's
one
all you
bites
get.
the dust.
That's the one with $1.99 buys you.
Joe, want to talk sports? F that. Let's talk pop culture, Joe. 70s,
You
80s,
keep
and 90s
them going.
music, man. I have a poll of MJ Acquired Taste, 70s, 80s, and 90s. Which one had the best music? Which one had the worst music? Because I bring that up because I was at HEB yesterday.
Hey.
And I have the worst experience, man. I'll go to HEB, CVS, or Walgreens, and sometimes they're playing those jams. I know I'm getting old, right? But I go out there, and I was so frustrated by how bad the music was at HEB yesterday.
Which HEB were you at?
I was HEB in Willis, Texas yesterday, out in East Texas, right? Okay, it was the final countdown by America. The ba-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Okay, that song fed into a song by the Go-Go's, which fed into a song by Starship, and it was bad. It was bad.
Nothing's gonna stop us now. You're cracking on that one.
Moni came on by Billy Idol. It felt like Jock Jam's 1985 edition. It was bad, Joe. I will say this: the worst music for me. I can't stand most of the 80s music.
Oh, you
It's
love
just
you
bad.
some R&B. You like, what was that other, not from the 80s? The 90s was the greatest era of music, in my opinion, because that's the one that gave you what, Mike? Color Me Bad, your favorite.
Oh, yes. All right, TikTok, get down, stop. No.
Oh, God.
I'm not saying that everything in the 80s was bad. Metallica was really good in the 80s, right? You could go off and say that, late 80s, you had late 80s R&B, which began the whole Ronnie Bobby, Ricky Mike Ralph, Johnny, New Edition to Belle Biv DeVoe and all that stuff. The transition from the 80s to the 90s was pretty good. But the rock music of the 80s sucked ass, Joe. Hair metal bands, F that.
Oh,
Dude.
you didn't like Rat? Come on,
No.
man.
You know what's so
Like-
funny? I'm glad you mentioned Rat, Joe. Out of all the hair metal bands, Rat might be the only one that was decent, but they weren't as popular as like Motley Crue and Skid Row and Warrant and all that stuff. GNR was good. GNR was good. Metallica was good. Fine. The heavy stuff was good.
Jackal. No.
But Motley Crue, Twisted Sister, all of that crap, dude. Awful. All of it, Joe. All of it. But you give me some 70s music, you give me some 90s music, I could rock it all day, man. 70s and 90s, were the two best decades, in my opinion, in music. If you say 70s, I'll agree with you. If you say 90s, I agree with you. Joe, what are you going to put down with the worst music, 70s, 80s, or 90s, Joe?
I'd have to go with the 70s era, but the 70s era was such a weird era because you still had the disco. You had the disco fever that hit, which I was never a fan of. But you also had some great bands that were coming out of the 70s, like Fleetwood Mac, for example.
Right.
You had an era there where you had rock and roll trying to kind of come in on the scene now. And then it paved way with, when you had disco, then you had the reincarnation of pop music there, and that's what started coming out. Then when you slowly started getting to the 80s, we had an infusion of not only rock and roll, pop music, but also you had a cross meshing of genres, which was like Run DMC, which was rap mixed with Aerosmith, which is rock, and you get that iconic song that came out. So you had a meshing of genres, and then it paved way to what grunge, that kind of stuff happening in the 90s. So to me, I mean, the 70s were probably the worst era of music, but the 80s got a lot better. And even now, you can still hear a lot of the same influences from 80s music as far as like the synthesized beats, the backing tracks, the runs that they used in the 80s now being used in today's pop music, like notoriously by The Weeknd, for example. If you listen to his music, you hear a lot of synthesized synthwave backing tracks that he has on his music, and it's still kind of a thing now, even with the new pop music that comes out.
Yeah, people are coming at me saying, but new wave. Okay, so I mean, new wave. I mean, there was popularity with Duran Duran and NXS, Pet Shop Boys. You had a lot of new wave acts come out that were very big. Cure, Morrissey, The Smiths, all of that stuff. Hated it all, except for I liked NXS. Duran Duran had a couple of good songs that I liked. NXS I was down with, but I couldn't get into growing up the Cure or The Smiths. Yeah, I mean Friday I'm in Love was fine, but everything else I just couldn't get into. Right. 70s music though, when you have Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd, and you have Queen, and you have the Eagles and all that stuff, I don't think disco stained it, man. Because without disco, you don't have grunge. It's the funniest thing, because Dave Grohl has come out and said that. Dave Grohl has come out and said, you do realize that a lot of the grunge drumming is the Gap Band from disco.
Look at Hanover Fist. He says NXS was fire. Rest
Suicide
in peace to the lead singer of NXS, man. He
Mike
passed
Hutchins.
away.
Michael Hutchins committed suicide back in 1996. And guess who told me that he passed away? Steve Spriester, who celebrated his 30-year anniversary at KSET yesterday.
Yeah, we're all at that age nowadays in this grouping here, where you can go to the HEB and you're out there getting your groceries and you're like, damn, they playing some bangers. You're about to start like, woo, this is my jam, move out the way in the middle of the damn aisle.
Yeah. Mario Cavazza says, Michael loves Culture Club. Boy George.
Pinche Boy George, bro. I can see you dressing up as Boy George for Halloween.
Mario, come on, man. Do you really want to hurt me? Do you really want to watch me cry? Do you really want to make me cry? What's it called? New Order was good. New Order gave birth to who brought up New Order? Hanover Fist. New Order gave birth to the Killers, so I have no problem with New Order, man. I mean, the Killers are a direct carbon copy of them. What about bands in the 80s, Joe? Like, someone said Whitesnake earlier, David Coverdale. Okay, dude, we're allowed to like one song from a bad band, right? And
Journey? No fans of Journey?
Journey, you have to be older to listen to, dude. You can't be 15 years old rocking
man, they
Journey.
were from the 80s, Mike. Come on.
You can't. Well, no, they are. But as an older man, I'm 48 years old. You can respect Journey for what it was, right? I wasn't going to be 15 years old going, lying beside you here in the
But they had other bangers besides that one. That was just like a slow song. They had
Dude,
some
like
bangers, though, man.
80% of their songs were slow songs, dude. They were a power
No,
ballad
they
band.
were not, Mike.
They were a
Come
power
on.
ballad band.
That's how I
Dude,
know you didn't listen to Journey. That's how I know you didn't listen to
what,
Journey.
Wheels in the Sky keep on
No.
turning? I mean, come on,
You know what?
man.
You never played the Atari video game they had at Journey, dude. That music that slapped, dude. When you put that little cartridge into the Atari 2600, the game was
Yeah.
ass, but the soundtrack was fire.
Now, I'll tell you what band was great in the 80s, dude. And I hope you agree with me on this, Joe. Van Halen. Van Halen. I loved Van Halen growing up, dude.
Oh yeah, Van Halen was always good, man. Eddie Van Halen had a lot of good riffs that are still iconic today.
Okay, so if I was, let's talk about the Mount Rushmore, Joe, because I love Mount Rushmore conversations, right? You can take 4 albums of the 80s. What would they be? Because I know 2 that I would most definitely get. 1984 by Van Halen. And probably, that's the only one that I know for sure. Oh, Purple Rain, Prince.
Okay.
Those are the 2 that I know for sure are my Mount Rushmore of 80s albums. Joe's going to be like, who we lose to the news? Sports. That's the power of love.
No, that's just the funny songs that I remember from watching Back to the Future. You know, it's funny. You gotta have some Michael Jackson up there, dude. Thriller, 1982.
I don't like Michael Jackson, dude.
I know you don't. You have to have. To me, it'd be like you'd have to have Master of Puppets, Metallica, 1986, Thriller, 1982, Appetite for Destruction, Guns N' Roses, 1987. You know, you got to at least have some of those up there. Another one that I'd have to say that would probably make it to the Mount Rushmore too. Oh man, this is gonna be a tough one because I'm kind of partial to. I like Iron Maiden, dude. 1982, Number of the Beast.
Yeah. Black Bucket says Hysteria by Def Leppard. I love Def Leppard, by the way. I would say Pyromania over Hysteria. Hysteria was a good album, but give me Pyromania instead. That might actually be on there, right? So
Pour some sugar on me. You know you like that one, Mike. Come on.
Love is like a bomb, baby. Come on, get it on.
Sing that one at karaoke for Chica,
I've done it
bro.
before. I've done it before, Joe. Someone was saying, what about, oh my God, Panama. Joe, I went to the Hot Tin Roof when that place was open back in the day on Callahan and I-10. They had live band karaoke, which I think Pix is the only place that does that I know of in San Antonio, where I sang Panama. And if you were remotely decent, the band would get into it. And I'm singing Panama, and this guy is coming up to me, and he's like nudging, he's like backing into me. I'm like, what the F are you doing, man? He's playing the guitar, backing into me. It was so funny. We sang Panama by Van Halen that night. It was good times.
Oh, you know what? We forgot. We hadn't even mentioned AC/DC, Back in Black.
Oh, F them, dude. That's some.
Oh my, come on, bro. You don't like nothing good. You're all into that little pop flair, bro. No,
Oh man, I don't want to see some dude in a schoolboy's outfit playing guitar.
Angus Young, bro. He's one of the greatest guitarists of our era, bro. What the hell are you talking about?
Nah, dude. Nah, that's some bad vocals, man. I'm okay, dude.
God, Mike.
I'm okay. Mark also asking us the question: what is your favorite Creed song? Good question. Let me look at that one. Would it be Ode? I mean,
my own prison, bro.
Should have been dead on a Sunday morning.
That song slaps when you're drunk as hell, bro, and you get
That's
kicked out of the club.
That's pool hall music, dude. That's Fast Eddie's music. That's Clicks
You're getting
music.
kicked out. You getting kicked out for fighting with your boys. You know, you all got in a little scuffle.
Fernandez saying he did karaoke and poured some sugar on me in Korea, and they loved it. Dude, they wanted you to bring them home, Fernandez. Come on, Rick.
I could see Rick like really getting into that song, man. He'd be like, thank you.
Let me ask you this question. They asked me what my favorite Creed song is. What is your favorite Nickelback song?
God, I hate Nickelback, bro. I don't even have a favorite song of theirs. I hate Nickelback with the passion. You put that thing on, dude, I'm out. Nickelback to me is the nails on the chalkboard.
Nickelback song. I will say "Saving Me" is my favorite Nickelback song. I
No,
only
I
like
know.
about three. I only like
I
two or
know
three
you
songs.
would like Nickelback. I don't
I
like
don't
it. Not a
love
fan.
Nickelback. I don't mind a few of their songs. Someone's buying their albums, right? Someone's listening to their music. There's a few. There's a few.
Nah,
Tex-Mex Frank says Chancla to Mike for the ACDC slander. I mean,
that's what
what?
I'm saying, bro.
I mean, you can only
Nickelback better than Journey? No mames, way.
see Journey's good, man. But I had to grow up and then like be in love to appreciate Journey, right?
Who the hell listens to Nickelback, bro? I've never met a person that I'm in a car with and they're like,
Look at this
"Hey, bro.
photograph.
Hey, bro, let me go ahead and put on some Nickelback for us." Some be like, "Mas puto, bro. Take that crap off."
Look at this photograph. Oh, Chica.
I'd be like, "No, man. We ain't gonna be friends, or you're gonna be rocking Nickelback in the car, bro. No, hell that. No, hell with that.
EM Dolphin fan. Hey, that's a new name. All right, welcome to the chat powered by PFP.
I don't understand the Nickelback hate. Nickelback is more pop than it is rock.
Hey, dude was married to Avril Lavigne, man. I mean, come on, Chad Kroeger back in the day. Is what it is. Look at
That's
this
what I'm
one.
saying. Look at that. SR $2001 says Nickelback basura. That's what I'm saying, bro.
Who are the basura bands of the '90s, Joe? Because I thought '90s music was great. Even grunge was good for a while. I'm so glad that grunge lasted for like 4 years, man. Because it was so depressing. Some of it was really good. It came out with Nirvana and Pearl Jam, but really I gravitated towards like, you know, other like Alice in Chains. I gravitated towards Chris Cornell and all that stuff. I liked that the latter half of grunge, right? Bleeded into STP, which wasn't grunge, but it was stadium rock.
You know what song was absolute pure garbage, bro? And my brother-in-law loves this song. This is his favorite song from back in the day. The New Radicals. You get what you give. I hate that effing song, bro. I hate it.
Fashion shoots with Beckett Hansen, Courtney Love, and Marilyn
Stupid
Manson.
ass
You all
song,
make
dude.
us run to your mansions. Come around, we'll kick your asses.
It's a stupid ass song, dude.
The bass line of that song at the end is one of the best bass line grooves, man. I'm telling you.
I knew you would like that song. I
like
you
that
would
song.
like it.
It's a good song. It's a good song. I humbly disagree with you on that, Joe.
No, that song is pure garbage, bro. That was a one-hit wonder.
Okay, so what? So vote. What's the verdict on the polls, Joe?
For what? For the 70s and 80s and all that? I'll go ahead and show you here. I do have the poll up right now. And this is the latest. I went ahead and voted for the 70s myself. So the 70s is by and far running away with it with 57.6% of the vote.
For the worst music. And that has to be because of disco. SR $sign 2001 asking about the presidents of the United States. I saw them in concert back in 96, man.
They're pretty good, man.
Saw them, saw the Nixons, saw Bush and No Doubt in the 90s. Third Eye Blind, Matchbox 20, Tonic, Cake. Saw them all in the 90s. Alice in Chains, man. And the best vocalist of all time. Dude,
Sam Salinas.
All the 90s ones are, oh my God. Worst band of the 90s, Four Non Blondes. Thank you. What's up? What's going on?
That was their only hit.
Is the worst song of the 90s. It makes my ears effing bleed. And then every time I go karaoke, someone sings that song and it pisses me off, dude. What's going on? What's up? Awful song, dude.
Milli Vanilli, fakest band. Hey, but that brother could sing, man. If only he was the face of Milli Vanilli back in the day, who knows how far they would have gone.
But
instead of Robin Fab.
The problem was the he was really like 45 years old, man. They weren't going to market it. That's kind of funny, man.
And then you had Robin Fab. They could only dance.
BTS TV, that's Sith. Mike's favorite rock band was Garth Brooks' emo alter ego. Dude, Chris Gaines was good, man. If you know how I know that, Childish Gambino does a cover of a Chris Gaines, aka Garth Brooks, song. It's beautiful, dude.
Best pop band, or I guess pop band that kind of flies under the radar, but they had some bangers, bro, back in the day.
What decade?
PM Dawn, man. They were ahead of their time, brother.
Dude, Chica and I were jamming out to PM Dawn the other day, man. Set Adrift on Memmy Bliss was a good song.
Yeah.
There was another song. Get It On Tonight by Montel Jordan is better.
Die
than
Without
How We
You
Do
that
It.
came out on that Eddie Murphy movie. What was it called? With Halle
Boomerang.
Berry. Yeah, there you go.
Boomerang.
Boomerang soundtrack low key is a banger, bro. They had banger after banger.
Boomerang soundtrack was great. So was the New Jack City soundtrack,
Yeah.
which had Color Me Bad, but it also had Ice-T, had Christopher Williams in it. It was a great Johnny
Dude,
Gill.
I will not be jamming out with you to some Color Me Bad in the car, bro. F that, man.
Ooh.
No, I'm good, bro.
It's not like I listen to Color Me Bad now, dude. I won't turn it off. I mean, it's a soundtrack.
You're
of your
going
life.
to the concert, bro. You Color Me Bad fan, bro.
Well,
Don't
I'm
even
going
lie.
to a festival that they happen to
No,
be there, and it's not even the whole band. It's like one or two members.
You're gonna
They
show
all
up
hate
there
each
with
other.
that freaking shirt, the
Tie-dye.
blouse, the was it the silk blouse that they had opened up with the undershirt and the freaking high waisted pants, and you're gonna do the little twirl around, with that stupid hair that guy had. He
I
had
like
a
it.
woman's haircut, bro.
I like that Dick in a Box with Justin Timberlake and Andy Samberg was a riff off of Color Me Bad. Did you know that?
No.
That those two characters were like, hey, they're just pretending to be Color Me Bad. Gonna be funny, dude. We've got a whole hour without talking sports.
Look at that Blind Melon. That's a good one, man. Shannon Hoon, pour some out for that, brother. Yeah, man. Shannon Hoon had a great voice, man. Blind Melon was putting out some bangers back in the day, dude. And then they had their second album, and unfortunately, Shannon Hoon OD'd on the damn bus, bro. He's like, one
Right.
more hit before I go, and then died. And we're
You know
gonna
what band
look at this. Two Unlimited. I
Unlimited.
know you freaking
Nice.
hate Two Unlimited. You know why?
Why?
Because that's the song that's most iconic when you were going
Y'all
to
ready
the
for this? Is that what? Is that?
yep,
saying
the
that?
Spurs game. Ready for this? You're like,
Do you know what band that I really? There are certain bands that I liked them in the '90s, but I love them now more than I did back then. Smashing Pumpkins and 311.
okay.
Like I respected them back then, but there's certain bands that I loved back then that I don't like anymore. Like I can't listen to Nirvana anymore. I can't listen to Pearl Jam anymore. But you give me Alice in Chains, I'm fine with. You give me Smashing Pumpkins, I'm fine with. You give me anything with Chris Cornell, I'm fine with. I can still listen to STP these days, but I can't listen to Nirvana or Pearl Jam's No Mo.
Why not?
It's just, I don't know, man.
You know what? Pearl Jam is still putting out some music. They had a banger, dude. They just released a new album not too long ago. It's pretty good.
Sublime, dude. That's another band where the singer died. He never even knew that his band blew up, man. He died before that album blew up, man.
Santeria.
Yeah. Any song that has Sancho as a lyric, it's nice. Got
That has a
something
beat,
boys
though.
podcast.
You could jam to that one, dude.
It's a vibe. It's a vibe.
You know that we get drunk, Mike. We'll start singing that damn song, and then Chica and whoever else we're hanging with, they'll be like, I'm out.
Yeah.
Turn it off.
That's funny. We have gone this whole time not talking sports, dude.
311 was nice. Yeah, 311 is nice. They're touring, actually. I think they came through already, Austin.
Twilight Zone from 2 Unlimited. Nice. That's a good one. La
La
Tropa
Tropa
F.
F.
Órale.
Ram Herrera.
The 90s did have Selena music.
Yeah, they were saying that there was a
Jason
Selena.
Garcia, Pink Floyd and Dale Earnhardt's last greatest hit was The Wall.
Oh, God. Jeez. Sancho Villa. Look at
Ren
Fernandez.
saying Color Me Bad had that George Michael looking mofo. Dude, don't get me started on
Hey,
George
that's
Michael.
what I'm
I
saying. dude.
like me some George Michael, dude. Wilson Phillips.
That was horrible, bro. Remember, he used to call Carney Wilson. They used to call her Carne.
Carnita.
Carne Wilson. God.
Redbird's Junkie with "Someday Somebody's Gonna Make You Want to Turn Around and Say Goodbye." Till the
No,
day-
bro.
Are you gonna let them hold you down and make you cry?
What was that other stupid ass band that came out? I forgot the name of them, man. They had a stupid ass song that they played over and over and over and over. I couldn't stand it, man. They played it all the time on the radio, man. Trying to remember it.
While you listen to that, everyone asks about the Hansons or Hanson. Bop.
Oh,
Joe.
God.
Joe, so what is an bop? I saw an interview with them when they asked them that question.
They probably didn't even know what the hell it was.
They were like, bop is a measure of time. Like a minute, an hour, a day. An bop is a measure of time. Because in an bop, you're not there.
Not there.
So bad, dude. So bad. This reminds me of the time that I did a show at San Antonio Sports Star where I was doing a rebellious show against the station because the powers that be were getting on my ass about not talking about the Cowboys enough. So I did a 3-hour Cowboys show, and then they were asking me an hour and a half in to change the topic, and I said, "No, you all wanted Cowboys? I'm giving you Cowboys."
I was gonna tell you, Mike. I just remembered the name of that stupid ass song that I hated with the passion, bro.
That's it.
It was by Savage Garden. Truly, madly, deeply. I hated that damn song. You would hear it on the airwaves all the time.
I want to lay with you in the sea.
No, bro, that's that. No.
I want to feel like this forever.
If you want to torture somebody, like you want to get
until the
information from
sky
someone,
falls down on me.
play that stupid song over and over.
Ren G saying Chumbawamba. I get
Oh,
knocked
God.
down, but I get up again.
That's stupid.
Dude.
What was that other name? That other one-hit wonder? What was his name? The one that said all the girls' names.
Mambo number 5.
Mambo number 5. Her name was Tina or whatever. You know, I'm just like, God.
Angela, Teresa, Renee. Oh wait, no, I'm singing "A Roundaway Girl." I got the names mixed up. I'm like, wait a minute, why am I singing the "Roundaway" song by LL Cool J? Mario Cavallo saying "Wild Thing."
Wild Thing.
Chumbawamba. What about that song "How Bizarre"?
That's the one. How Bizarre. That was stupid
Ooh,
too,
baby. Man. Ooh, baby. I like that song. To be honest with you.
You know what low key was good too, man? And they played here. I saw them at the Oyster Bake back in the day. The Refreshments. They're the ones that came up with the iconic intro song for King of the Hill, and they played that at Oyster Bake when it first dropped. When it first dropped, that was like one of the first songs that they played when they're coming up on stage, and they played the intro music to King of the Hill, and everybody went wild because it just come out and it was gotten popular. And they were the ones that made the song there. Yeah, you all might recognize this. We wrote this for a show that y'all are watching now, and this and that, and then everybody was like, ah.
Well, there have been some songs that came out from TV shows that became popular. I remember in the 90s, there was a song called "How Do You Talk to an Angel?" I think it was from Melrose Place. It was one of the Fox shows. Remember that song?
That song was like "Mas puto, bro."
I think the guy's a firefighter now in LA.
Oh my God!
People talk about how bizarre. What's it called? Sam Sleuth was right. Said Fred. I'm too sexy for my shirts. Too sexy for my shirts. So sexy it hurts.
You should say that to Chica, dude, as you unbutton your shirt.
PTSD TV saying "Kiss Me" by Sixpence None the Richer. So kiss me. You know what, they pissed me off, dude. They did an interview one time where they said they were from the Austin area and they're from New Braunfels. F that. You're from the San Antonio area. If you're from New Braunfels, you cannot claim Austin because in the San Antonio media market, you guys are a suburb of San Antonio. Quit saying you're from Austin. You're from San Antonio. I sound like that guy from role models. That little kid. You white, you Ben Affleck. You New Braunfels, you San Antonio.
New Braunfels. That's only like what? 30-minute drive?
Well, exit 172 is 1604. Downtown New Braunfels is 186. That's Walnut Avenue. So that's only a 14-mile drive from 1604 to downtown New Braunfels. Yeah.
Part of San Anto.
Mario Cavasso says, Mike, super chat coming in. $4.99 super chat, $5 super chat.
Here comes the money.
He says, Mike, do you know the lyrics to Mentirosa by Mellow Man Ace? Sing it, brother. Skeezer, don't you be calling me no skeezer.
Oh.
That's a straight skeezer. Goes back and forth with your Spanish and English.
Oh my God.
So
Look
I
at he
said,
says,
"Ya me voy,"
oh
because you
my
ain't treating
God.
me like I'm some sucker toy, because you're just a mentirosa. There you go. That's my.
No mames, Elias. He says, Linger Cranberries, my go-to karaoke song.
Do you have
No,
to?
bro.
Do you have to? Do you have? I mean, she was a great singer, dude. Make sure
Yeah,
that.
she also got died in the bathtub, bro. What a way to go, man.
Who would have thought that music would get people excited today? It is a slow
It
news day.
is. It's Throwback Thursday. So what's the best, way to go ahead and talk about music than to talk about, what we're doing and what we're listening to in the 80s. What were your bangers back in the day? If y'all were cruising down Military and you wanted to be seen and be heard, and you're there with your boys in the car, they got that sound system that thumps, they got those kickers in the trunk. What were y'all jamming out to? What were y'all putting there in the tape deck?
Back in the day, my friends and I would jam out to Cypress Hill.
Cypress Hill.
Yeah, that's going down the street, banging to some Cypress Hill. And then depending on the friend, depending on the group, right? Like Chica and I talk about this all the time. Chica, where she went to high school in Austin, they were all about rap. Like it was rap. And I told her, I was like, well, Metallica was big, GNR was big, beyond just gangster rap, but you had grunge music, all that. And it baffles her that she's like, we didn't get any of that where I was from. Then she went to West Texas and Midland. They didn't have that over there. But at Holmes, pretty eclectic, man. We had the group people that liked Tejano. We had people who loved country music. We had people who loved rap, people who loved R&B. I feel very fortunate to have been at Holmes in the mid-'90s, man. It was a very eclectic group of people. It wasn't like, I go to some high schools to referee. I go to Highlands or I go to Burbank, and it's like somehow it's 103% Mexican. There's no, everybody is the same. Where you go, I go to Sam Houston and it's like 108% African American, or you go to other schools where it's almost all white, Alamo Heights, for example.
Yeah.
I felt having we had a lot of good mixture where I was at in high school growing up.
Look at that. I jammed to me and you, your mama and your cousin too. Thumping the 15-inch subs on Southwest on Too Short. You're damn right.
What about those love songs like Stevie B, right? Because I love you.
The freestyle. That's when I liked it, when Fernandez was on and he was giving his dedications. Remember?
No, I remember throwing an alley-oop to Fernandez for him to do the
dedication.
To do the voicemail message.
Oh yes, that's the one. That's the one, dude.
He was like, "Hey man, you reached Rick. Not available right now, but leave a message. You know what to do. Beep." And then the music plays for a little bit, and then beep.
Yeah. And he was saying it. What does he say? Yeah, I'm holding it down for my baby, this and that. He's getting out of the pin next week, No, man.
Do you remember ringtones? Yeah, ringtones.
I remember that
thing, man. You paid $1.99 or $3.99 for a ringtone for one specific person. Crazy, man. I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. You put your hand up on my hip. When you dip, I dip, we dip.
Look at that. Tony Ornelas says freestyle was so San Antonio. He's a still is. It is, bro. Everybody's
Just
gonna
too
want to
ethnic.
rock it. Oh no. One thing is Tejano, bro. You don't F's with Tejano, bro.
I mean, it died a long time ago. You don't want to. I mean, Tejano died when Selena died, right?
Jeez, bro.
I mean, it went downhill. Does it exist anymore? Chico is so.
Fernandez says we could do dedications tomorrow. You know what your dedication's in? $4.99 super chat. You know.
Oh my god! I remember calling. There was only one time I called into a radio station to make a dedication, and I'm so pissed off about so disappointed in my life for doing that one time. But one, it's funny. Ernie Zuniga, who's now at KSAT, he was formerly of KBV for many years. He got on Casey Kasem, like his request went to Casey Kasem, and Casey Kasem read it. I saw this thing the other day, Joe. Someone asking the question, it was a TikTok that went viral about 2 months ago or so, where it was this guy saying that Radio Delilah has been in his life his entire life, but he has no idea what she looks like or how old she is. And Radio Delilah retweeted it or reposted it on TikTok, and we now know what she looks like, dude. It's so funny, dude. She old. Not old, but she
Oh
old.
my god. Everybody's coming around with some old bangers and stuff. Look at it. Tiffany, I think we're alone now.
Not a tall tale, Joe. Not a tall tale. Not a
Oh,
tall tale. I met Tiffany.
oh my.
Stop the cap.
She judged my karaoke, Joe. I'm gonna look for the photo right now. I have the photo. In here real fast.
Look at Redbird's junkie. Sorry guys, my beeper went off. Anybody got a quarter? And I bet you the beeper he had was going to be one of those that were colored, that were clear in that clear case. Remember, they were like blue and green and all these weird colors.
Yeah. That's
T-Town. Oh my God, on San Pedro. Talk about a throwback, man. T-Town was my shit. That's what Redbird Junkie saying. She judged you. She judged your what?
I found
My
it, Joe.
cat crush. I can't see it. You're in the Tiffany.
I'm gonna send to the media share.
How long ago was that?
Probably 8 years ago or so. Give me the number to the media share. 830 what?
Oh, the number for the media share. I'll put it on here for you. Give me a sec.
I found it. I said
it.
if you want to put it up there.
Yeah, we also got a gift coming in here too that somebody had sent us, and this one was from Hulk Hogan.
All right, let's see if you got it.
Yeah, I think I got it already. There it is. You can barely see. It's a dark picture, man. You gotta put it through a filter, man.
It was an 80s dance party, and that was the best I could do to look like Miami Vice.
That's your best at Miami Vice. You're supposed to be.
It was the last
Tubbs
second
and-
thing, dude. It was the last
What were
second
their
thing.
names? Tubbs and Sprocket? Or
I
what
was more
his
like
name?
Tubby and Crockett.
Or Crockett. There we go. Crockett. Tubbs.
I was Tubby. I'm about 20 pounds lighter than I am now and than I was in that photo.
Yeah, where was this taken?
That was in Midtown Manhattan at a birthday party for a relative of mine. And she was hired to judge a karaoke contest at said party.
Damn.
So it's I don't know. She was nice. She sang 4 songs, and then she judged the karaoke contest.
Jeez, man.
Dude, I'm looking at my phone right now. Dude, people are texting me about Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, man. Hulk Hogan, dude, he died today. It's like you said, threes. It's been a tough week, man. Malcolm Jamal Warner died. Then you have Ozzy passed away, and now you have Hulk Hogan. I mean, there's gonna be somebody else too. I'm sure. Do we start the celebrity death watch now?
Oh my God, Joe! I won the celebrity death pool that the media had back in 2004, 2005.
Do we make friends with Mike Taylor?
Mike Taylor
And Rudy J and say, you know what, boys, we're bringing it back. You know, because I mean, who's gonna have? I know you're gonna have Coach Pop on yours because you're just an ass.
Oh my God, dude! Don't put that on me, Joe.
I know you
Don't
would have
put
him on
that
your
on
card.
me.
I know you would have him on
'cause
your
I
bingo
would be
card.
the biggest heel of San Antonio
Oh,
if that happened.
I know you would, but I know you would have him on there. They're gonna reveal your card, who you have on your card, and my Coach Pop. I know damn well you're gonna put him on there.
Very nice. Tony
Mike-
saying, good. Mike had a crush on Blossom. Who didn't? And Six.
The sidekick.
Yeah, it was more Six than anything else. To be honest with you, now I think about it.
What the hell kind of name was that back in the day, dude? Like, damn. Did you see this too? We're still on the topic of entertainment and whatnot. TMZ released this photo. It's funny, dude. They have video of a Chuck E. Cheese mascot being arrested at a Florida restaurant. It was all caught on camera. They got the rat.
That's funny.
I want to see if they got the video. I want to see this, dude. I want to see why did they go ahead and arrest the dude? It doesn't say why they arrested him. It says just that he got arrested. Oh, he was arrested for theft of a credit card.
Oh, the guy.
Oh, and they do got the video of him, bro. This brother was out there working, bro. They go out there and they went ahead and wrangled him up, put him in the back of the cop car, bro. That's hilarious. Let's see if I can get this back, man, because they were playing the video. Come on, get the video back. There it is. Look at it.
They put the head on top.
Man, at least let him take the costume off, dude.
Jason said he was still had more than cheese in the back.
Oh man. For theft of a credit card.
Joe, did you ever wear what's it called? Those oh my God. Did you ever have glow sticks, glow necklaces?
Glow sticks.
And stuff like that? Go to dance, raves and stuff like that?
Yeah.
That was fun back in the day. You ever go to a foam party? I would go to foam parties in Austin. That's when they would fill the dance floor with bubbles. Like
the hell?
Hey, Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs and Ken's 5. You can take a look at his page real fast.
Yeah. Oh, did you ever meet Topanga?
Dude, I would always talk about it if I did.
And let's go ahead and check and see what Jeff's up to right now.
No, I never met Topanga. I met Mario Lopez back in the day. That's the only.
You didn't let him be on your team?
My friend Rick Dog didn't let him be on the team.
Hey, I like Rick Dog. Rick Dog's cool people, man.
Yeah. So
there you go.
Jeff Garcia is showing us right now a mural that you can read about on kens5.com at Jeff G Spurs Zone on Twitter. Talk about a new mural. Who's it of, Joe? On the south side.
Yeah, it's always at Rudy's Seafood, man. That's where they have all these Spurs murals up. It's like everybody gets a mural now. You know, you don't even have to be special anymore. You're part of the team. You got drafted. Even before you get drafted, you get a mural. Before, murals actually used to mean something. Now it's like everybody gets a mural. They'll probably give one to what's his name, David Jones Garcia. He'll get a mural. You know.
Well, David Jones Garcia is going to be jersey number 25. I'm looking right now at the most worn Spurs jerseys of all time, Joe. What do you think is the most worn jersey of all time? Like the number that has been worn.
21.
Well, 21 is retired. That's with Tim Duncan. There were 9 players who wore 21. The number that has the most players with that number in Spurs history, going back to 72,
Yeah.
is the number 23. 23 had 23 players use it. Most recently, Zach Collins. So here's some names. You had Zach Collins, Cam Reynolds, Kevin Martin, Austin Day, Malcolm Thomas, Alonzo G. Devin Brown wore it. Tyrone Corbin. Man, not one good player on here wore 23. There were, let's see here, 21 players who wore 11.
Yeah. You know what, man? The one thing I'm going to say about the mural, though, I'm sure it's not finished yet, but why does it look like Wemby has a filter put on him, bro? You know, like the women nowadays, they put on those filters to smooth out their blemishes and skin.
Yeah.
I'm just like, come on, man. They say they're supposed to have some color because Wemby wanted his mural to have color, just like Sohan. You know, I'm surprised we don't have a picture with freaking Matt Lerma over there with the Sohan mural. Look at me, I'm with Sohan. I love you.
Yeah. We got it, Joe.
You know,
we got the
come
Lerma
on,
boys,
man.
No one had to pay for it, Joe.
Right? I'm not a Sohan stan.
I think that it's $5 for a grito and $1.99 to hear the Matt Lerma voice.
Yeah, the Matt Lerma voice. Dude, that Matt Lerma voice was making some bank yesterday, bro. I went back to look at the super chats and it's like Matt Lerma voice, Matt Lerma voice, Matt Lerma voice.
Can we do a Matt Lerma voice, Joe, as we wind the show down?
Yeah, what do you want
Matt
me to
Lerma voice saying that you hate the song "You Get What You Give" by the New Radicals?
Oh, I hate the New Radicals and their song. I hate what you give. Damn, look at, well, there we go. Right on cue. Matt Lerma voice. We'll see you boys tomorrow. I love Man, you know what? We should all get together and be like, you know what, Matt? If we can get like 200-300 bills, bro, can you get Sohan's face tattooed on your ass cheek, bro? Like real talk.
Oh my God, that was good. That was good.
Sohan mural should be on Maine. Oh my God.
If you know, you know.
Right in front of the Rainbow Walk, bro. There you go. Yeah, man. But that mural right there, that Wemby mural, needs some work, bro. I know it's not done yet, but why does he look like he's got a filter? That's all I'm saying.
Oh, very nice, Joe. We did it, Joe. We did a sportless show.
Yeah, we did. We didn't even talk sports today. We said F it.
Yeah, and we had sports topics that we were going to get into. We were like, nah.
Great show, boys. Mario Cavazos.
This was the Seinfeld episode. What was the show about? It was about nothing.
Nothing. Oh man, that Matt Lerma voice, dude. That's gonna be the moneymaker, man.
You know what you got to do, Joe? You got to record yourself doing the Matt Lerma voice and have it be part of the intro.
Oh God. Do the whole song instead of that voice that we have doing the Area 210 intro song, the Matt Lerma voice.
Yeah, you know, like 210 blah 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 blah, and then you can come in and go, chat powered by PF Chang's La Cantera.
It'd be like that Quiznos commercial back in the day with those stupid little characters that were ugly as hell, and they had that stupid song. Where do we like Quiznos subs? They're the best. You know, they had that stupid voice. I don't know what they were. They were like some little character they made on YouTube or
You
something.
make it sound like the Noid.
Yes, dude. Remember the Noid from back in the day, man, from Domino's. They
Yeah.
tried to bring him back for a while.
Hey Joe, I didn't tell you this the other day. I took my daughter to go visit her friends because summertime she wants to go visit her friends. So I was in San Antonio over the weekend, and her parents were doing a fundraiser in front of the house for their little league team, the kids' little league team. They were selling chicken on a stick
The hell?
as a fundraiser from home. They were in their front yard. It was the most amazing thing I'd ever seen. It was delicious, by the way. They had a King's Hawaiian roll with a jalapeno and the chicken, and they had a sign that just a little random sign, like a little poster board
Yeah.
saying "chicken on a stick sold over here on Saturday." Chicken on a stick over here, and dude, cars were coming off the side of the road, off of Petranco, going, "There's chicken on a stick. Go get me some of that." And there was like a line of cars of strangers because they just wanted a chicken on the stick. And I was and Chica is looking at me like, "What's going on here?" I'm like, "It's a San Antonio thing, dude. Like they're onto something here, man. It was a badass." That's why Mike.
That's why Mike can't move back to SA. He's buying off the road chicken on a stick.
Well, I got to go do my weigh-in right now, dude. I'm getting lower and lower by the day, dude. Low carb, high protein. I'm not doing no carb. I'm just doing low carb. Like I'm gonna have a little bit of rice for lunch today, but I'm just not going off the deep end. If that makes any sense. Joe, how's your diet going?
Nah, it's going. It's still there. I had a bean and cheese taco this morning, but what I did is I scooped out the beans and just ate that and threw away the taco. The tortilla.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you just had the inside contents. I've been eating a lot of egg, dude. A lot of egg. I think today I'm gonna have. They have the high protein salads over at HEB. I might have one of those.
Hey, those are pretty good. You know who has some good salads, man? I know people are gonna give me crap for it. Not Wendy's, but Whataburger has some damn good salads, dude.
They actually do.
Some damn good salads, man.
Who has a good burger? Laguna Madre. Laguna Madre has.
I remember when we showed up there that one time. I think Sean was with us, and we had Mario Cavazos show up there. And I'm like, man, that fish sandwich, man, it slaps. And Mike's all, yeah, I want the burger. And then Sean's like, what the hell? Who orders a burger?
Y'all saw the burger. What was it? And y'all looked at it and went, man, that's a good looking burger right there, dude.
And then I ordered me the key lime pie, which I do like from Laguna Madre. And Mike, oh, that's gross. I'm like,
key lime pie?
Man.
Dude, out of all the pies you could have had, you chose key lime pie.
From Laguna Madre. It's my favorite.
Come on, man. They
That's
had pecan
good, man.
and apple there. You're like, I love key lime.
No,
I'm
key
gonna
lime
have
pie.
the key lime pie.
It's good, bro. That and the cookies that they have at the Laguna Madre, they're
true.
good, but I can't have them no more.
That is true. Gonna go weigh
That's
in.
bad for your
slimming
heart.
down a little bit. You're gonna get something, dude. It's one of those things where it's like, now I do a lot of egg whites and whatnot, but Chica's been meal prepping me. A lot of nuts, a lot of all that. It's something's gonna get you, dude. Something's gonna get you.
They're gonna have that. They're gonna get that clip because you just said nuts, and they're gonna say pause. You know what's gonna happen, bro. They're quick with it nowadays, bro.
What did I say?
Oh, that she gives you lots of nuts, and they're gonna be like pause. Just like Jeff the other day, he was quick with that clip, man. We're still doing the show, and he was already cooking you.
So I said I was trying to say in Texas cities, and I said Texas.
Tetas.
And it was an accident, right? Complete accident. He puts it on there. I called Jeff, and instead of saying hello, instead of saying, hey, how's it going, man? All I heard is just him cackling the entire time saying, I got you. And he's just laughing and laughing and laughing. And that's all I heard. Just him laughing. He was so proud of himself. Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs and Kent's 5.
Redbird's Junkie Chick has been meal prepping Mike with lots of nuts. Pause.
Pause.
Might be liking the nuts. That's why this show is Poodle, bro. It's like this is just nothing more than bar talk, bro, with just like hanging out with the guys. That's all this is.
Yeah.
And
Most
everybody
definitely.
giving you a hard time. I'm sure somebody's going to show Jeff the clip and it's going to get to him. It's going to happen. But we got to call the show.
Okay. Will you tell everybody that the chat is powered by PF Chang's Lock and Terror to go visit Sean in a Matt Lerma voice?
Oh, God. Let me go ahead and get the slide ready to go. Yeah. The chat is powered by PF Chang's Lock and Terror. Go visit PF Chang's. Go visit Sean.
Why does it sound like Marge Simpson?
I don't know. That's how I envision Matt, dude. That's how I envision Matt when he's over there screaming and yelling to leave Sohan alone.
Leave Sohan alone. We got to find that clip of that one guy who was like, leave Brittany alone. That's basically Matt Lerma.
That's basically Matt Lerma, bro. I'm not a
Very
Sohan
nice.
stan, but I'm always going to stand up for him. Just like, bro.
As JC says, RIP to Hulk Hogan. Man, they come in threes. Celebrity deaths in threes. RIP to Malcolm Jamal Warner. RIP to Ozzy Osbourne. RIP to Hulk Hogan. Crazy, man. Crazy. That wasn't even his real name, right? I mean, it's whatever name he had.
I'm going to have to send you to horny jail, Mike. You've been talking about tetas and nuts.
No, accidentally talking about that.
You go to horny jail.
You guys are just twisting my words, man. Anyway, we'll be back tomorrow. Maybe we'll talk sports, maybe not. But
We'll
thank you
see.
for joining us, and thank you again to PF Chang's Lock and Terror for doing what they do.
And you know what? Tomorrow is Friday, and we don't give a damn. And you know what? We're going to play that little jingle. It's Friday, and I'm broke.
Very nice. And we might have a...
Friday, and I'm broke. My check better not be short.
Do we have any guests tomorrow? Because I can see if we can get that guest on tomorrow.
No, we don't have any guests on for tomorrow. Just going to be me and you.
Let's see what we can do. Brother, love you, man. Thank you for being on again. Thank you for hosting this show and doing what you do and everything that you do. And taking care of me when it comes to it all. Go Spurs. Go UTSA Roadrunners. We will be back tomorrow.
See you boys tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday, and we don't give a damn. Stay safe.
Right.
Peace out.
Yeah.